So, hi. I feel like I often gloss over the fact that it fills me with joy whenever someone comments on my videos, because on top of it already being exciting, you guys are so nice. I was used to Instagram where I post some drawing and just but here it feels like such a warm welcome every time I post. So that sparked the idea of somehow incorporating you guys in one of my videos. Then I had one of those nights where it's like 4 AM and you can sleep even though your body feels like it's been run over by 17 ice trucks and a clown car. And then I got an idea, and I forgot to write it. And then in the morning I got the same idea again. That idea is this video right here. I am going to select one comment from each video I posted up until now and use their respective profile pictures to make a character design. For all intentions and purposes, I won't show the names or the comments, just the profile pictures, just in case some people don't want to be featured here. Although I guess I'm featuring you with your pictures, but then again that's public access, so I don't know, maybe I should have asked beforehand if I can use... So, I selected 7 of you. Here are the chosen ones. I promise there was more consideration than it looks like, but I'm gonna make it short for y'all. Incredible side-eyed. I love death. Green eyes are my weakness. How could I not look at this cutie? Cool colors and kinda creepy. Big hair, I like. And reminds me of a lemon. So, without further ado, let's start with...
Eeny, meeny, miny.
I'm gonna go ahead and prefix this video by saying it wasn't a good art day whatsoever. Very frustrating. I pushed through, but overall I feel like I could have done much better. So, I'm sorry. I also got stuck thinking of a theme to give all of these characters. I wanted them to look cohesive in a way. So I decided that now they would be part of a young adult music group.
She's really good.
I started doing this snazzy fella with a classic undressed suit. He had a leader attitude, so I put him front and center. It was also the first one I picked, so I made him to be the drummer, and he ended up feeling like the energetic, a little bit too carefree type. Now here comes his sort of antithesis, Death. I like this design a lot more. The first one felt like a warm-up. He feels so edgy and broody but cute at the same time. I must say I tried doing this with no other references other than the profile pictures, so the poses are a little wonky and the designs are not the best since I didn't research and made the typical process of proper character design. But this was the rule I imposed on myself, so I gotta push through like this. He is the main singer of the band and he has a height complex. That's why he has those big platforms. Even though I didn't have any references, I must admit that the little metal bat on his boots are chef's kiss. I also tried incorporating the death element by making his hair bust, his skin fair, and adding bone tattoos all over his body. So edgy. Next comes the gorgeous green eyes. I feel, nay, I know that she's a witch. Witch! She gave me this Hex Girls The Craft vibes, and I tried to incorporate it in the design by giving her this dark academia-ish outfit. She's the pianist of the group, a little more classically trained, old school if you must. She's cunning and plotting, and I love her for that. I bet she's also the secret manager of the group. Okay, so now it's the little kitty's turn. I love this drawing so much, I don't know how could I ever make something even remotely as good. I tried giving her this fun and youthful energy and a face mask to put that dumb smile on her face. I love it! She's the other singer of the group. I am so curious to see what literal death and a flower dump cat would sound together. Wake me up! Wake me up before wake up! She also looks like she's into gyaru Japanese fashion, but that came out of nowhere, if I'm honest. I'm not at all versed in that fashion world. I gave her little ponytails to make it look like the cat ears. So cute! Continuing on with big-haired girl. She looks super stern in the profile picture, but I wanted to give her more of a laid-back personality and a brighter color scheme, as to not eclipse the darkness of this future color palette. It's funny how they almost ended up being a rainbow, you'll see. I wanted her to be the groovy bass of the group, but I cannot be asked to draw a bass guitar right now, so you just have to believe me. Since I cannot show her eyes, I wanted to give her a fun pose and a comfy but stylish streetwear like clothes. I was so excited to render her hair later. I love big poofy hair. This group really loves to hide parts of their body now that I think about it. Moving on, I had to do this hellish, old looking man who I imagine as being named Norman. I tried to maintain his old person essence by making this tall dude who most likely buys every item of clothing from a thrift shop and loves old people fashion. Following with the old soul thing, I made him the trumpet player of the band. Whenever a band is this big, you know you gotta have that one random instrument, which actually ends up becoming the staple of the group's sound. He actually looks so kinda and cute. This was actually an excuse to make myself a dating pool of characters I love to date. Imagine this being a dating simulator. Oh my god, that would be so dope. Well, the next character would ruin it for sure, but he can be the narrator, I guess. And now you can see why he would ruin it, because in this channel we do not endorse zoophilia. I accept furries, but you're on thin ice, mister. Anywho, I was so struck by the cat of that one profile picture that I decided that this band needed a pet too, but it's not the one that you think it is. After a brief facial reconstruction because the middle guy was making me angry with that face on his face, the line art is complete. So now we move on to coloring. Yay! Remember how I said it wasn't a good art day when I did this? Yeah, coloring didn't get any better either. As far as my understanding of cartoony character groups go, they almost always are color-coded in some sort of way, so I wasn't going to be any lesser. Lucky for me, almost every PFP had a distinctive color already assigned, so I only had to extend that to their character. In his case, obviously purple. And well, being a little technical here, I tried applying the color theory rules that I know about, which I mainly reduced to these three. Monochromatic designs work well with complementary accent colors, in this case purple and yellow. Adding more colors enriches the design, but I tried to put them more than only once so it seems more cohesive. For example, the yellow appears on the tie, the chain, belt details, socks and pupils. The white appears in the belt, teeth and eyes, and the brown appears in the skin and shoes. And finally, when you have several colors but you are still trying to maintain some sort of monochromatic feel, it's important that you think about the colors in percentages. For example, I'd say that he is 70% purple, 50% yellow, 10% brown and 5% white, more or less. That way, it creates a color hierarchy that lets you focus on the main color while also making the other colors cohesive. Wow, who do I think I am? A teacher? With actual knowledge to share? Whenever I say something technical about my process, I feel so self-flattering. Anyway, let's color Death. He was harder to color since he didn't follow a mainly monochromatic palette, but a highly contrasted one instead, black and white. I had to choose an underlying color for him, which was blue. It's subtle, but you can appreciate it especially on his skirt, hair and metal bits. Rendering the boots was so satisfying, I want those for myself now. Continuing with the green for the witch? Huh, fitting.
That's my line.
She has such a devious face, I love it. Not to say that the original person looks devious, by the way, she looks like a nice person, but the character evolved far beyond my control. I feel like I'm drawing Monster High characters again. Talking about monsters, let's color this furry. Her color obviously was gonna be a yellow, amber, orange-ish, but I also wanted to include the foliage that you can see in the picture as a subtle accent color. Following through with the nature-esque theme, I painted the skirt like those daisies that start to get a little purple in summer. I also gave her some safety shorts because I realized that it looked like all her kitty was going to get exposed. That's not a good look in general, but especially not good in a character who looks childish and more innocent, I guess. Anyhow, next I started painting Miss Orange Red here. I like how I managed to color her skin and hair. Those tiny curls were so satisfying to paint. And overall she came quick because it was super straightforward. I liked how the metallic bits gave her the contrast she needed. It gives some electric interest to her otherwise earthly palette. Getting close to the end now, I try to incorporate the crazy colors of this profile picture, and honestly, it fits pretty well, I must say. Really keeps the old soul vibe going. All those maroon and dirt colors really fit the guy. And last but not least, I painted the cutie furball yellow and gave him green accents so I could canonically call him Lemon. I also gave him these little swirlies on his fur to echo the design of the original picture, which gives him this mystical vibe. And to end this drawing, I gave them some additional lights and shadows to further work on their volumes, and that's done! Wow, this was a mental workout. I was kinda getting a little burnt at the end there, because it didn't end up looking how I wanted. But hey, it's decent, I think. I mean, I largely blame that on the fact that I didn't look for any references, and well, getting great things purely out of your brain sometimes is really hard, especially when you have a bad day. But hey, let's call this a little exercise on appreciating all of your lovely comments. I really feel super safe and motivated when I read each and every one of them, so thank you so much, really. And this has been the video of today, and I will hopefully see you next time. Bye!